What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another NHL 21 HUT video. So last week on Friday, there was a brand new event that they released called NHL 2030, the future of hockey. So this one's kind of highlighting some young players, up-and-comers, etc. Giving those guys master set items, high rated overalls. These are all 92s. And then a bunch of the event items, these ones are, again, more young players, up-and-comers, not the master sets, but still some players that are really good, arguably even more or less potential, depending on who you ask, than some of the master set ones. So you may have already been aware of this event. It's been out for a few days now. I'm a little bit late on this one, but I've been having some technical issues. I had some internet problems. And some power problems, actually, and I wasn't able to get my Xbox on the internet until last night, but now I'm here, and so I wanted to record this video, because I know everybody's dying to hear my thoughts on all these cards, and who I think you should or should not make. So starting off, we can just take a peek at the HUT challenges. There are these new 2030 HUT challenges, elite difficulty challenges, and to do these, you gotta score like 16 goals in a minute on rookie. And it's really interesting. And so when you get through all 6 of them, they give you a pack that's 6 of these NHL 2030 collectibles, and then you use these in the sets. And then they've also got these other ones here, which give you the 75 overall starter reward. But in the sets, you can make, as we were just looking at, 92 Jack Hughes, Victor Olofsson, Dominic Kubalik, Adam Fox, Philip Myers, or Justice Newton. And these players require their starter item as well as 14 gold collectibles to make the untradeable version of the 92 overall. In order to get a tradable one, you have to take a random one, which requires 15 gold collectibles in total. So it's a little bit more expensive to take the random. And you get it's not a choice pack, you just get one. So you could get the goalie and then feel really bad about it. It kind of stinks that there's only one way to get a tradable version, and I do agree with that. No, I don't think it's really the best, to be honest with you. I wish there was some way to get tradable versions other than pulling them in packs, but I mean, this is the precedent that we've seen for the last few events, so it kind of just is what it is. Other than that, I mean, there's just regular, gold player for gold collectibles, random choice set for the regular event items, and then you can do any 10 gold players for a 75 NHL 2030 choice pack, which is those starter items. And then over here are where those elite reward sets that you can use the collectibles for them. So you can trade in 5 of them to get a 93 overall loan. You can trade in 3 of them for an icon collectible. 4 gold collectibles and 1 of those to get a 88 overall elite rewards exclusive choice set on tradable. A lot of words there. I was tripping up a little bit. And then same with it's 1 gold collectible, 1. And of the elite collectibles will get you an 86. So if nothing else, I do recommend trying your luck at some of those elite challenges, trying to get these collectibles, because even if you have no intention of making any of these players, at worst, you can get yourself an icon collectible for free, and that's pretty good. Well, it's not free because, time is money, but you get what I'm saying. And then as well, this is the only way that you can get a 93 overall version of these cards. So you need the master set, 1 of these elite collectibles, and then also 2 gold collectibles on top of that. And that's how you get from a 92 to a 93. So enough about all that you probably already knew. Let's get into reviewing these cards a little bit and seeing which ones are actually good. Alright, so here's all the master set items as well as the event items that have come out to this point. There's a lot of players. I mean, there's 54 event items, there's 5 master sets, and then 5 second versions of the master sets, so that's only 10. Obviously, there's also these 75 overall ones too, so that's 15. So 15 of these 54 come with the master sets, but then the remaining 39, I mean, there's a lot of players in here, so there's a lot to digest, but let's just dive in. So we can start off with the goalie. 93 overall, 6'4", 207, Justice Newton. He's got 1 distributor, 1 swarm, 1 heart and soul. I'm always going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this to the end of time. Goalies do not matter. And his synergies don't change from a 92 to a 93. There's just 1 point in each of those 3 synergies. He has 1 point in heart and soul, which means he's definitely not the best goalie that you can have. You know, the team of the year, Vasilevsky is going to cost you a lot more, but if you're going for a high-end goalie, just go for that one. Save up, do whatever you're going to do. If that's what you're committing to, of getting a high-end goalie, I know he costs like 1,000,000 coins or something ridiculous like that, where this one's not going to even come close, or at least it shouldn't. But, you know, they don't matter. You better be getting good synergies out of it. This one doesn't get you the best ones. It doesn't. I mean, you get 1 distributor, but like everybody has distributor by now. I really need to see Spark, and then the third one, whether it's Barrage or Swarm, depending on what you think of the synergies. Personally, I would prefer Swarm, but Barrage is good too. Either way, if it has Heart and Soul, I don't want it. Adam Fox, 5'11", 181, right-handed defenseman. Balance, gladiator, workhorse. I already hated just looking from the synergies that he has balance as his team syn. I feel like that gives him such a big knock, because there's just so many other players that are good that have a better team synergy. It's really going to be that important. However, he is fast. He's pretty quick. Base speed alone. 94 speed with distributor is going to be pretty good. He's also 5'11", which means he's going to be pretty quick. No, like, quicker because he's small. You know, because, like, a small player with a 91 speed is going to be faster than a big player with 91 speed, right? There's, like, a little bit of a size factor into speed. Slap shot, 92-95. He's got 98 slap shot power with Gladiator. That slap shot's gonna be a freaking boom if you can get it. Wrist shot's also pretty good, probably like better than most cards. I mean, this is a 93, so it's one of the best cards that you can find at the current moment. Literally all of his stats are really, really good. His lowest stat that isn't face-offs is an 88, which in body checking and aggression. You're not face-offs and fighting, which, I mean, like, dude, like, don't criticize me for forgetting about fighting, okay? It's just not even real. It's just not. Anyways, point is, body checking and aggression at 88 are his lowest meaningful attributes. And, you know, I mean, he's 5'11", 181, you're not getting this guy to hit, but I like the card. I think he's really fast. I honestly do prefer a little bit more size on my defenseman, but you know, if I'm just looking at the attributes, I think this card's really good, but I probably don't want to invest in it just because his team synergy is balanced, and I feel like I can do a little bit better. If I pulled it, though, I wouldn't be upset, though, of course. Okay, 93, Jack Hughes, left-handed center. 5'11", 168. He's not a very big man. I'm just putting that out there. If you get him with Spark, he's got 99 acceleration. You put him with Distributor, he's got 99 speed. You know, what we've been saying for a really long time is that speed is the most important thing in this game. Acceleration kind of goes hand in hand with that. His wrist shot and slap shot are nearly perfect. A little bit lower on the slap shot accuracy, but not by much. He can get up to 99 wrist shot accuracy if you give him Light the Lamp, which, I mean, not a synergy that people talk super highly of, but, like, you might have it because there are a lot of players that have it. And then he also has Thief, which will boost his face-offs if you have it. Again, it's not the most important thing, but it's nice because if you want to use him on center, you know, 82 face-offs is really not something that you want to have on center, but 87 makes it much more usable on center. But either way, I mean, he is small and he's super, super fast. You might want to have him on the wing regardless, just because the position-wise, like, you might want to have him flying up the boards. This card's insane. I mean, it simply put is insane. You know, we've been saying this whole year, what's the most important thing? Speed. It's not a big meta so much anymore. Everybody just looks at speed and acceleration at first to judge a card. But even beyond that, I mean, his shot's really good. His hands are extremely good. This card is only a 93 because his defense, you know, like body checking, strength, fighting skill, face-offs, those are tanking his overall just a little bit, just enough. But if you really only are looking at the attributes that actually matter, I mean, he has low endurance. he has low balance. But you already know he has low balance because he's 5'10", 168. So really, he has low endurance. He might get tired fast. But but not before he skates past the other team, like 3 times, right? So, I think this is a great card. And he has Spark, and I like Spark. Spark's second best synergy, in my opinion. So, player synergy is not the best, but he can still get to 99 accuracy if you get to Light the Lamp. They both serve a purpose. One gets him to 99 accuracy, and it also boosts his balance, which is, again, not going to be that important because he's 5'10", 168. And then it boosts his face-offs so that you can use him on center if you want to, if you have Thief activated. But Spark is really the star of the show here. But yeah, this card, 99 acceleration, 99 speed if you have Spark and Distributor activated, it's insane. Simply put. Dominic Kubalik, 6'2", 176. He's got Distributor, Magician, Wingman. This is so far pretty easily the best combination of synergies we've seen. All 3 of these are good. They all boost skating stats. He's got a boost on his own. He has a boost to acceleration, agility, and speed. Unfortunately, the issue with this card is that with Distributor, he doesn't hit 90 speed, and that's pretty low for a 93. If I'm going to invest that much into a card, and it's going to be 93 overall, I definitely expect it to be a little bit better. Even like 90, 91. For some reason, the 89, I know the difference between 89 and 90 is not going to be that huge, but, you know, the fact that it starts with an 8 and not a 9, it kind of just, I guess it just rubs you the wrong way, you know? I like the boost to acceleration from Wingman if you can get it activated. If you also have Spark, that's a 93. So you like to see that. His shot's incredible. Like, I don't know if you'll ever find better than that. I mean, it's slightly better than the Hughes. It has 1 more slap shot accuracy, 1 more wrist shot power. And I mean, he's a bit bigger. But the thing is, like, he's 4 inches taller, but he actually only has 8 pounds on Jack Hughes, which is kind of really, that's, wow. You'd really expect him to be a bit thicker. He's a lanky boy. But anyways, hands not as good as Hughes, but he has much higher body checking strength, aggression, durability, and, or not higher durability, but body checking strength, aggression, for sure. And then a little bit lower in the defensive awareness and discipline categories, but those, I mean, for a winger, it's not really going to make a difference, and this guy is for sure a winger because he only has 69 face-offs. Nice. So, you know, truthfully speaking, I would just rather have the Hughes. Like, it's just straight up. Like, I would just rather have the Hughes. I don't think having Distributor is that important. Like, you want to have it activated. You need to have it activated. We're not in the point in the game, and I don't know if this point is coming, but we're not in the point in the game where people have 99 speed. And you want to be as close to 99 speed on your team as you can possibly be. So, it's important that you have 10 points in it. It's not important that every player on your team has it. So I honestly value good players with Spark a little bit more than good players with Distributor, just because I know that I have so many options with Distributor now. So I would rather have the Hughes. I don't think this card, it's just like I've been saying, speed, 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 and this card doesn't have speed. But it is good. It's still good. Like, do not get me wrong. It is still good. And if you're a Dominic Kubalik fan, I think you'd probably be pretty happy with it. But it's not this Jack Hughes. Philippe Myers, right-handed defenseman, Philadelphia Flyers, 6'5", 209. And this is kind of what I'm talking about, right? This guy is 6'5", 209, and he's got base 87 speed, compared to Kubalik's base 86 at 6'2", 176. 33 pounds, 3 inches, and he's still a little bit faster. So he gets up to 90 speed with Distributor. He also has Wingman, which can get him up to 90 Excel. And he's got the Barrage. And the Barrage is not necessarily as important just because he already has 99 slapshot power. He has base 99 slapshot power. So it's not as important for him. It might be important for the rest of your team if you're somebody who's a big believer in Barrage, which I know that there are many of you out there. that are big believers in Barrage. But, you know, the accuracy still helps, though. And, I mean, with 99 slap shot power, this guy, like I said, this shot's gonna boom. It's gonna be a freaking boom. This is decent enough skating for a 6'5" player. And I think that this defenseman is very, very good. And I think that this defenseman, which is kind of weird that they actually have two right-handed defensemen, but I would much, much rather, even speed taken into consideration with Fox having 94 with distributor compared to this 90, there's a 4-point difference. I still would rather have this one. Because like I said, I do prefer a bigger defenseman. I think that with the playstyles in this game, you kind of want your wingers to just kind of fly up the sides. And I don't care so much about my defensemen. I just want them to be not slow. I don't need them to be Cale Makar. You know what I mean? Like, I can handle being able to play against, you know, and you would think, like, oh, speed's the meta, so if your wingers are, if, you know, the opposing wingers are going to be Jack Hughes, then don't I need, like, somebody who has that kind of speed? And it's like, no, not necessarily. You can definitely play it. I mean, the thing is, like, nobody's as fast as that card, right? Same with, like, Lafleur. Like, the defensemen are not as fast as that card, other than, like, the best Cale Makar you can find, probably. But it doesn't really matter if you play it correctly. And, like, you might just have to accept the fact that sometimes you're gonna get beat. And that's fine. But, like, for the most part, this player is gonna be really, really good in the zone. And this player is also gonna be good, like, off the rush just because of their defensive stats. Like, 95 defensive awareness, 97 stick checking, 98 body checking. Like, this is a guy you get bumps from behind with. So even if you beat them, or even if they beat you with speed, can't you just beat them back with a little bit of a bump? And also make them want to throw their controller through a window? So you win both the puck battle and the mind games at the same time? Really makes you think. And then last master set player we've got is Victor Olofsson, 5'11", 183, left-handed winger from the Buffalo Sabres. Swarm, passing playmaker, gladiator. I absolutely hate these synergies. I like Swarm. I think passing playmaker is among the worst player synergies. I think gladiator is among the worst player synergies for a winger. This, like, I don't really, why do I need my winger to have 97 defensive awareness? I don't know, because he's definitely a winger. He has 79 face-off, so he's not going to be in the center spot. Just taking a look at the card, though. As itself, good speed, 94 with distributor, 95 excel with spark. If you have swarm, he's got 99 agility, which I do love to see. 98 endurance, you know, that might be something that gets a little bit overlooked, but, you know, I mean, maybe you'll be able to fly up the wings a little bit, a few more times with this Olofsson compared to the Hughes. I think that's kind of why, I think they did that deliberately with the Hughes, was making his endurance so low that maybe it wouldn't be so game-breaking as it seems. Great shot. I mean, that's really a common theme with a lot of these cards. They all have incredibly good shots. This is the best wrist shot we've seen. 97 and 98 base ratings is pretty insane. You know, this card's good. I would rather have this than the Kubalik. I think I would still rather have the Jack Hughes than this. But, you know, there's a big question to be asked, and it's whether this endurance thing is really that big of a deal. And I think you would really have to use the cards to know. But that's kind of my opinion, is that's how I would rank the forwards. So I would rank the Jack Hughes first, Olofsson second, Kubalik third, and then in terms of the defense, I would rather have the Myers over the Fox, but that's just my personal preference. It kind of depends on what you like on defense, though. Like, some people, they're good with having small defensemen. Me, personally, I kind of get a little frustrated when my defenseman's too small, and then I can't really do a whole lot physically with them. Other than that, like I said, this card's very good. I really like it a lot. There's not a whole lot there's not really anything I can point to and be like, I don't like this about this card. Other than the player synergies that are bad, and the fact that Swarm is not as good as Distributor Spark, which is on the other forwards. And alright, so those are the master sets, and now I'll go through, I don't want to look through all these cards just because I think that a lot of them are pretty irrelevant. But I'll look through the 87 pluses, but I'll kind of just give a snapshot of all these guys that are here. I mean, there's tons of them. Steel Stanley, Ingham, Bjornfot, Zari, Wright, Suzuki, really only an 86 after what people have been saying about him this year. That's kind of surprising. Studnicka, Ettinger, McIsaac, Hayden, Foodie, Sandy and Tolman and Ferraro, Foots, Maltembo, Krebs, another Zari, Robert Thomas, Robertson, Rossi, another Studnicka, oh, another Suzuki. Oh, okay, so they have multiple versions. I see. Ettinger, Nachas, McIsaac, Joseph, Hughes, Stutzel, Gerard, Hart, Samsonov, Yamamoto, Dobson, another Ferraro. So, you know, so those are the ones that you can get the 86 or the 88 from that set that we were looking at before. But I'll go through some of these 80, 87 pluses. So let's see. So first we got a Quinn Hughes. It's kind of like, you know, what I was saying before about small defensemen, right? I love Quinn Hughes in real life. He's like, I think he's going to be one of the best defensemen in the league if he isn't already. But I don't love a small defenseman, and I also don't love a player that doesn't have a team synergy in this day and age, to be honest with you. Like, a 90 overall without a team synergy, it's kind of a big knock on it, in my opinion. But obviously the guy is super quick, so, you know, might be a player that you would put on the wing if you actually could. Tim Stützle, 2 points in Spark. That's the kind of thing I want to see from these. You know, it's like the Crosby from the, what's a Frosted Flakes events? Am I remembering that correctly? You know, 2 points in Spark is pretty huge. 2 points in any team synergy that's actually good, so not balanced or heart and soul, is going to be pretty huge for your team, as so long as that's something you're going for. And he gets 93 Excel and 93 Speed with the 2 synergies activated. Good shots. You know, his hands 90 across the board is pretty solid. 88 face-offs, so good enough to put on center in my opinion. I like the card. It's a good card. It's a little light though. Might get knocked off the puck pretty easy at only 165. That's to be expected for a rookie. He's only 18, yeah. Gerard, 2 points in Swarm. Similar things to say about it. Don't like, you know, I've been saying I don't like small defensemen. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that in this video, but 5'10", 162 is it's really small for a D-man. It just is. However, 2 points in Swarm, that's 25% of your Swarm. So if that's the synergy you're going for, I mean, it's a really good card to have. And I mean, it's a good card regardless. It's just personal preference. If I had the option of a comparable 89 defenseman that wasn't 5'10", 162, and that was maybe like more like 6'1", 180 something, like I would probably prefer that guy if their attributes are pretty comparable, right? But I like, it's a good card, and obviously synergy wise a great asset. Carter Hart with 2 barrage. Do I really need to say it? Do I need to say it again? I'll say it again. Goalies do not matter. Stop trying to make goalies happen. Nah, but in all seriousness, I mean, he looks solid. I don't really even know how to evaluate goalie attributes at all in the slightest. He's 6'2", so he's like pretty big, but not like as big as you can get for a goalie. And 2 barrage, solid if you're a barrage truther, but there are goalies out there that have, I mean, there's master set goalies out there that have 3 synergies, so depends what you're looking for. But I don't really understand how to evaluate goalie or goalie value, because I don't think that you should ever go for a high-end one to begin with. Which brings me to Ilya Samsonov, who has 1 point in Heart and Soul, so can we just forget about this card entirely? Carla Yamamoto, 5'8", 158. Workhorse and Magician. Here's one thing that I have to be the one to say it. This man is 5'8", and he doesn't even have 90 speed? Come on, man. If you're this small, 5'8", 158, you have to be fast. You have to be as fast as they come. Because otherwise, what are you doing here? What are you good for? You know? And that's really just my take on it. I don't know. Not even 90? They couldn't even give him the 90. Noah Dobson, 6'3", 185. Right defenseman. He's got 83 speed. Both of his synergies upgrade acceleration, which I actually like a lot. Unfortunately, 83 speed is painfully slow. Painfully slow. And I think this is where we get to the point of being too slow. Mario Ferraro, left D, 5'11", 185. Gladiator Shutdown, I don't really love the synergies here. But I mean, he's fine. This is a fine card. You put the team sins on it with the speed acceleration or speed something. It gets a job done. I don't know if it gets the job done, but it gets a job done. One thing I am noticing is that his slap shot accuracy is 84, which is a little, you know, there's a lot of defensemen now, and, you know, more coming out that really have that great slap shot, and obviously you can boost it up by having barrage if you choose to do so. So, you know, that's a little concerning. But you can boost it. I mean, you know, he has 2 synergies that boost both of his slap shot attributes. It's okay. It's okay. It's the end of this page. We can go to the next page. Like I said, we'll go through all the 87 pluses. Pierre-Olivier Joseph, left D, 6'2", 161. 2 points in distributor. I like that. This is what, you know, I'm going to keep saying it. As I said for the other ones, I like a player that has 2 points in a synergy that people are actually going to use. And just judging by his attributes, he looks decent. He's got 90 speed with distributor activated at a decent size. A little skinny, on the thinner side for sure. But, you know, I think he looks good. His defensive stats are good. His offensive stats, you know, his shots are fine. They're not the best, but, you know, I mean, it's an 88 and you're getting 2 distributor out of it. So I like that. Jared McIsaac, 6'1", 192, left D. Howitzer. It's the first time we've seen Howitzer today. You know, I like a player with Howitzer. He starts off with 85 speed. You put Howitzer on, you put distributor on. Now he's at 91. 6'1", 182. I like that. I like that. Shutdown, not my favorite synergy. I mean, it literally gives you 3 in shot blocking, and I don't even know if that actually does anything. Frankly. As a user-controlled player, I think that does literally nothing. But, you know, it's a solid card. Martin Natchez as another Howitzer, passing playmaker, which we've already talked about is bad, but that's fine. 6'2", 189, right-handed center. He is definitely not good enough at face-offs to be a center, though, so he would be a right-handed winger. Howitzer, though, so again, 86 to 89, and then 89 to 92 with distributor. It's pretty good. I like his shot for an 88, an 88 non-master set. I like his speed, for his size as well. A little slow on the acceleration side, but if you can get that boosted up with Spark, I think this is a good card. Jake Ettinger, do we have to say it again? Synergy-wise, Spark and Barrage are solid if that's the route you're going. That's all I have to say. 6'4", he's tall. Nicholas Robertson, 5'9", 168. Nick Robertson is my boy. I like him quite a lot. I think he's going to be a fantastic player in the NHL, but why did you have to give him 2 points in balanced? Did you want nobody to want this card? Come on, man. And they did it to me again. Back to back, even. They couldn't have even, like, separated these. So to recap, I yelled about 5'8" players without 90 speed. This guy, 5'9", 89 speed, and 2 points in balance. We go to the next card, right next to it in the collection, 5'9", 88 speed, 2 points in heart and soul. I'm not even talking about it. I just, you know what I think about it, okay? You already know. Jack Studnicka. 6'1", 171, center, right-handed. Gladiator and Wingman. Again, his face-offs aren't good enough to actually be a center, so then Gladiator I don't really care about for a winger. Wingman is a good synergy. 90 speed for a 6'1 player, pretty solid. His shot's okay. Although I did say that, well, I mean, I said that Nature's shot was good, right? Yeah, this shot was much better. I don't care so much about the power if they can't actually hit the net, right? So, he's okay. This is okay. There were some other ones that I had spoke a little bit more highly of. Basically, what I'm looking at here is that I would prefer, for all of these 88s and on all of these cards in general, if I'm going for one of these, it's going to be one of the ones that that has those 2 points and a team synergy that I really want. Simply put. Nick Suzuki, 88 overall. See, they give the Habs player, like, I mean, this card looks fantastic. He's got the 2 synergies that boost every single stat in his skating except for speed, and you can get the speed boost from Distributor because everybody already has that anyway. He has a really good shot that's balanced across the board, 89-90, 89-91. His hands are good. His face-offs and shot blocking and fighting skill is what's bringing his overall down to 88. This card is fantastic. I like it a lot. And I hate that they did this for Nick Suzuki, but they did what they did to Nick Robertson Robert Thomas. Speedster makes its first appearance. 5'11", 187. Center, right-handed. He's not a center, though, because he only has 80 face-offs, so that is a wing. Yeah, first Speedster appearance in the day. Gets him up to a 92 with Distributor. You like to see that. You would like to boost that acceleration a little bit, but it's pretty good. The shot is very good as well. Especially considering that Speedster upgrades the wrist shot power. So you like to see that? For sure. That was a good card. Connor Zary, Thief Workhorse. 6', 174, center, left-handed. See, this is a center. This is a center. You can use him on faceoffs at 87. You give him Thief. You can use him on faceoffs at 92. And honestly, it might be the highest faceoff rated on your team. That's good. That's good. I like that they actually added somebody who's a center and actually can be used on center. That's good. Workhorse, you know, good player synergy. You know, speak highly of it. 90 speed with Distributor is not bad at all. He has the best shot that we've seen among this group so far, I think. 92, 92, 91, 92. Actually can hit the net while also getting a good power off. Good hands. This is a very well-balanced card. This is, you know, no team sin, but this is probably among the best cards that we've seen among that 88 group. Alright, so those are the 88s, and now we've got just a few 87s, and then that'll be it for this one. 87, Peyton Krebs, 2 points in the Swarm. 5'11", 181, left-handed winger. Yeah, I don't know. So, like, this is a filler to me. This is like a 4th line filler. You want Swarm, and you want somebody to have 2 points in it, and you don't really care about who's on your 4th line. This card's okay. Like, he has decent hands. His shot, you know, it could be better, but it's not bad. It could be better. He's got low endurance, which is a little bit scary. Again, I don't, you know, I would have to use the cards to know how much that really bothers me, but it doesn't look that great. And considering how fast he is, which is not very, you know, it makes me wonder if it's really even worth it to have that low of an endurance rating for that speed. Samuel Maltembo. 6'3", 199, goalie, barrage distributor. Just do whatever you want to do, you know? Just do what you want to do. Whatever will make you happy in your nets. Rasmus Sandin, Light the Lamp Gladiator. Man, they really hate Toronto, huh? Because these cards were terrible. This card sucks. It's good, except his speed rating and acceleration is not. and he's not big enough for me to care about his defense and checking stuff. His hands aren't even good. What is this card actually good at? I guess shooting is not bad if you have Light the Lamp activated. It's pretty decent. It's pretty decent to a defenseman. They did the Leafs dirty on this one. And then I follow it up right now, the 2 Spark player. Immediately after. Eli Tolvanen, 5'10", 192, left-handed winger. I like a 2 Spark winger. This guy is way too slow to actually use him anywhere except for your 4th line. His shot is incredibly good for an 87 overall. So what they've done here is tried to entice you to use this card by giving him a really good shot, giving him a really, really good synergy and 2 points in it, but he has no speed. So you're never going to really use this card other than on a line that you don't really use. Or unless you stick them on a line with 2 of like the fastest players on your team, maybe you won't notice. It's very clever, and I kind of like it. I kind of respect it. But yeah, that's my review, my overview and review and thoughts on this events and its players. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you agree, disagree with me, let me know. But thank you guys so much for watching, supporting, subscribing. I appreciate you all. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.